Hi guys, my name is Amanda. I am one of the UDM administrators and welcome to the first UDM channel video. So what we plan on doing with our UDM YouTube channel is obviously providing features for you guys. So if you have a YouTube video that you would like us to post on our channel, just go ahead and go to our website, which I'll link in the description box below. And there's details on how you can send your YouTube video to us and how we'll repost it. So if you're interested in that, like I said, it'll be in the description box below. So as well as doing that for our YouTube channel, we also wanted to start creating videos that would help you guys out. So as a feature page, you kind of get a different perspective in the beauty industry than if you were just a beauty blogger. So there's a lot of different things that we've learned as a feature page for the beauty community. It would be really helpful for us to provide that information to you guys and kind of share it with you. So hopefully this video will help you, and I hope you enjoy it as it is our first one. Leave any commentary or advice for us on these videos down in the comments below, and I hope you enjoy this. I'm here to talk to you today about how to build your social networks. Now there are a few points that I'm going to go over, so you might want to get a little notepad or have your phone close to you so you can write a few of these points down because they are really going to help you guys out if you are not already using this advice. The number one point is don't ever stop. Don't ever stop contributing your content to the beauty community and putting it out there in the world, because the minute you stop is the minute that it's over for you. Your work isn't going to keep pulling in users or viewers if you're not producing. That's just the way that it works. The beauty community is very, very, very overwhelmed right now with beauty bloggers and makeup artists, just people who, they never knew that they could do it as their career, and then, they see all these other successful beauty bloggers, and it's just, it kind of draws you because you have such a passion for something, and if you can do it as your career, it just makes you want to do it. So a lot of people are kind of rushing the beauty community as beauty bloggers, and that's awesome. If you want to be a successful beauty blogger, you can do it. Don't ever doubt yourself for a second, because there's always going to be somebody that likes you. Think of all the people in the world. There's billions of people in the world, and there's going to be at least 1 million people who would find interest in you. All you have to do is just get your name out there. So don't get discouraged ever when trying to build up your beauty channel or your networks, because just because somebody else is, growing profusely or, bigger than you or more creative, it doesn't matter. You go at your own pace and you will get there in due time. So just keep dreaming and striving for your dreams, because the people who keep pushing are the ones who make their dreams a reality. Point number 2 is staying consistent with your work. If you don't stay consistent with your work, you're going to lose followers' attention. People follow you for a reason. They like what you produce, they like your content. So the minute you stop producing it is the minute that you will lose followers or people who find interest in your work. So stay consistent as possible. Come up with a schedule that works for you right now. I feel like a lot of people see these beauty bloggers who are already established and they're producing content every single day because that's what they do for a living. And it's really hard to keep up with that when you're starting as a beauty blogger, because majority of us just have, regular full-time jobs, a family at home, we go to school full-time. And then you also want to make time for everybody else in your life, like family and friends. So it's really hard to kind of just devote all of your time to being a beauty blogger and, making it happen for yourself. But if you are in the position where you don't have the time, or you feel like you don't have the time to create content, if this is really important to you, you have to find the time. At least in the beginning. If you establish yourself as a good beauty blogger and this becomes your career, you won't have to worry about juggling so many different things. But you have to work hard to get there first. So, to stay consistent as a person who has, a regular full-time job, goes to school, or has a family, you have to come up with a schedule for yourself. Something that you know you can stick to, that will be easy to work in with everything. And if you just follow the schedule that you're on and you're producing content at least, 3 times to 4 times per week, you'll start seeing your followers increase. So for example, when I was really consistent with my own beauty channel, I've kind of fallen off a little bit to focus on UDM. But when I was very into my channel, what I would do is I work full time. I would come home, spend time with my boyfriend. I don't have a family yet, but spend time with my boyfriend, eat dinner, do things around the house that I need to do. And then when he would go to bed, I would record or do my makeup. Now it does kind of suck because you're doing your makeup at night. You're not really using it for the day. I just would do my makeup and then wipe it off and go to bed. But the point is that was the time I had to create. So, he was asleep. I had already spent time with him. I went to my full-time job and I would spend the night doing my makeup. And then I would, post it the next day, and that was it. I was staying consistent. So I would record at night, post it the next day, record at night, post it the next day. Now, I was a little tired during that period, but it was so worth it because I felt like I was actually progressing. So there's so many different ways that you could just fit it into your schedule, and it might cause you to have to sacrifice, some things, but it's worth it if this is what you really want to do. And like I said, if you just get organized and stay consistent, you'll progress, and then if it becomes your career or something that you're doing for money, you don't have to worry about fitting it in. That is your job. I promise once you come up with a schedule, it will be very beneficial and you will see a difference in people responding to you. Okay, so point number 3, try and figure out what's in at the moment. So recently the beauty community just came into this negative space liner look, and that was huge. We've seen so many people creating looks using that, and they were very popular because people liked the way they look. It was something new, so every time we would post somebody that had a negative liner look, it would do really well. So for yourself, if you're trying to figure out, man, what should I do? How can I be creative? Or I don't have anything that a look that I want to create, or know what I should do, try and stick with the trend because that's what people are interested in at the moment. Now, if the negative space liner is in, do a whole bunch of different colors each time you do it, and then do the negative liner because that's what's in. People aren't going to really care if you're doing the same thing with different colors. Just stick with what's hot at the moment and provide that as your content to your followers. So people are going to find interest in you because you're doing what's hot, you're doing what's new and what's in, as opposed to if you're just doing what's kind of already been done. And that's kind of contradicting because people have already seen this new hot trend, but they haven't seen it in different forms. Every artist has their different input, and they add a little something here, add a little something there. But because it's still in with the trend, they're interested in it. Okay, so point number 4 is quality. If you are producing content and you do every single day, if the quality of your work is not good or at least decent, it will be harder for you to gain followers or build up your networks. And that does kind of suck because I know there are people out there who cannot afford to purchase really good equipment. I mean, I was one of them in the very beginning when I started my makeup channel. I was using my phone. I was using a video editor on my phone. I didn't have a good camera. I didn't have good lighting. It does really suck, but I'm just telling you because this is what I've noticed. So we are going to have another video on inexpensive ways that you can create content. So we'll be posting that on our YouTube channel, so make sure you guys subscribe so this way you'll be able to see that when it comes out. Another thing that kind of ties in with quality of your content is how you're making it. So a lot of times when I'm going through our hashtags, and I go through the tagged photos, I see pictures of artists who are taking pictures from far away. You know, they're trying to get like a full body, and as opposed to being like closer up. The whole point of, you know, marketing yourself is that you want people to see your work. If you're doing a makeup look and you want people to see it and see how good you are at it, you're not going to want to take a picture so far away that you can't even see the good quality of your work. So when you're taking your pictures or you're doing your videos, make sure that your work is very visible. You know, take a picture this close because you just want to get your face. That's what's important to you, as opposed to trying to take a picture that's far away. People don't need to see your outfit. They don't need to see what your hair looks like in order to see the quality of the makeup. One thing that I've seen on our page that does really well is close-ups of eye looks, lip looks. When you can see an actual artist's work and what they've created up close, and you see the texture of it all, and it just makes such a huge difference, and those types of pictures do really, really, really well. So that's another big one. Make sure that your focus is on what you're trying to show. And that kind of actually leads me into another point of editing. Editing can affect the quality of your content a lot. If you take a picture and you edit it to the point where you are unrecognizable, or it looks very unrealistic, people tend to stay away from people like that because it doesn't seem real. People like texture because it's normal. You know, you have large pores, you have acne, you have scars. That's normal for people to see. And when you keep your work as raw as possible, people relate to it and they find interest in your work even more than if you were to just smooth out your face to a point where you don't even look real. Now, there is a very tasteful way that you can edit your pictures, and we will also have a video on that. I will show you what apps you can use to edit your pictures where they still look realistic, but they're very tasteful, and you know, you can get rid of like flaws that you're bothered by. But you still look like yourself, and it doesn't affect the quality of your makeup and your skills or your talent. Now, the fifth point I'm going to bring up, I'm sure people get annoyed by a lot, but it is something that works very, very well. It is a great marketing tool, and that is clickbait. If any of you guys have not ever heard of clickbait, it is something very important to Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, any of those, because it's what gets people's attention. If you're going through the Explore page or something happens to pop up on your feed that has a clickbait photo or clickbait cover photo, it's gonna draw your attention right away because it's something that's unusual, it looks strange. Now, clickbait is mostly used on videos, and it's for good reason, because if you have a clickbait photo on a video, you're more likely to get views on it. Now, I am going to give you an example of a clickbait photo. This way you kind of have an idea of what I mean. These are photos that are going to grab the attention of people who don't follow you. For example, this one here is a great clickbait photo. This one here is a great clickbait photo. He has a lot of them. So you can go to his page to see 4 examples. His name is SJT_MUA. I'm sure every day, being Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or YouTube users, you guys see these clickbait photos on a daily basis where it just grabs your attention. You're like, oh my gosh, what is that picture? Let me go see what it is. So yes, they are ridiculous, and yes, that is, you know, they are very edited and ridiculous looking, but it will grab the attention of people and then have them watch your content. Being a feature page, that is definitely something that works really well to build up people's social networks, is clickbait. It grabs the attention of people really quickly, and even though you might receive negativity for it, you're still receiving followers, you're still gaining people's attention, which is really important if you're trying to build up your social networks. So for video clickbait, I would say that there is a way that you can do it without being too overboard, because sometimes that rubs people the wrong way and they get irritated by it and they don't want to follow you anymore. So there is a very tasteful way to do clickbait photos as well. We will also have a video on how to create a clickbait photo and attach it to your videos. So stay tuned for that as well. So the sixth and final point is how to get noticed by feature pages, makeup companies. When you are putting your work out there, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, there is always a way for you to like hashtag or tag some sort of company or some sort of word that is going to make it easier for people to find you. Now with hashtags, one of the things that I see a lot is that people will use hashtags for really big pages. And yeah, it's kind of like, I'm going to put it on my picture and I'm going to take the chance that they're going to notice me and that they're going to post me because they have millions of followers. And once that happens, if I'm lucky, it's going to do well for me. But it's kind of like the lottery. You play the lottery, but the grand prize is so big and there's so many people who are also playing the lottery that the chance for you to get noticed or to win is like slim to none. So one of the things that I will say when it comes to hashtags is make sure that you are using the right hashtags, ones that are going to actually do something for you. If you're using the hashtag for a feature page or a company that only promotes big beauty bloggers, it's kind of a waste of a hashtag. You want to make sure that the hashtags or tags that you're using are going to be beneficial to you. You might want to research a different page or a different company that is going to provide features for people who are, under a certain amount of followers. There are a ton of 30,000, 40,000 follower pages that promote underrated or underdogged MUAs. I mean, we're one of them and we have a higher following, but there are tons out there that are kind of like following what we've done, and they're actually helping makeup artists or beauty bloggers that are also trying to do that. And the chance that you get posted by one of those pages compared to a page that has millions of followers, the odds of you getting posted by, a 30,000, 40,000 follower page is way better than the odds of you getting posted by like a 1 million follower page. And yeah, you may not gain as many followers here the first time you're posted, but if you're posted over and over and over again by these smaller pages, you're gonna start gaining that attention as if you were just to get posted one time here. It all kind of works out the same. So make sure that the hashtags you are using are going to be beneficial to you. Don't just throw a wake up and makeup hashtag on there because they have the most followers. That's not always what's beneficial for you. It's who's more likely going to post you, what company is going to post you, what feature page is going to post you. The moment that you start focusing on that is the moment that you're going to start seeing your features come in more and more and more. And it's really going to help you than if you're just, throwing a hashtag on your picture or video and then hoping that you're going to get featured by that big page. Just make sure that your hashtags and your tags are working for you. So that is it for my input on how to build your social networks as a beauty blogger. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below and I will try to respond to them, or one of the other girls from the page will try to respond to them. This way we can try and help you guys out a little bit more. And like I said, we have a lot more videos coming. If you have any requests for a certain video, leave that in the comments as well and we will try to create a video about that subject or topic that you would like. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'm really excited for the future of UDM. We have a lot of big things coming and that means a lot of big things are coming for you as well.